Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Working our way to 20.9K subs, so keep up the good work. Check out all my betting links in the description below. DraftKings has a really good promo with MLB. It's their early win promo. Anyone can do it. Any money line bet you bet on in the MLB, anytime they get up by 2 runs, you win your bet at any point in the game. So go take advantage of that. They do it every day in DraftKings. So love doing that for baseball. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Big slate today as we head into the weekend. Starting with the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Chicago Cubs. Looks like we got a pick'em scenario. Both teams minus 110 with the over-under at 7.5. Pirates coming into this matchup 20-25. The Cubs 25-20. Pitching for the Pirates is Paul Skeens with an ERA of 6.75. Pitching for the Cubs is Kyle Hendricks with an ERA of 10.04. Skeens, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Hendricks, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Pirates beating the Cubs yesterday 5-4. We get to see Skeens make his next start. You know, he looked good in his first start. You know, he gave up the couple runs, but strikeout wise, he looked very good. And we'll see how his second start looks here. And you know, Cubs haven't really played that well. It's a pick'em scenario, I think, for a reason here. And I like the hype with Paul Skeens. I think he can have a much better game on the mound. His last start was against the Cubs, so he actually gets a redemption here against the Cubs. And I'm going to take the Pirates money line on the road. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at minus 240. Washington plus 195 with the over-under at 7.5. Washington coming into this matchup 20-22. The Phillies 31-14. Pitching for the Nationals is Jake Irvin with an ERA of 3.55. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 2.53. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Wheeler, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Washington on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a bad White Sox series. Phillies coming off a tough Mets loss yesterday. Washington just 3-12 on the road against the Phillies, where they've been pretty bad. You know, Wheeler's been solid coming off that 6-run game, but he's been very solid all season here. And yeah, I think I'm going to take the Phillies at home. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at minus 290. The White Sox plus 230 with the over-under at 7.5. White Sox coming into this matchup 14-30. The Yankees 30-15. Pitching for the White Sox is Mike Clevinger with an ERA of 5.40. Pitching for the Yankees is Nestor Cortez with an ERA of 4.02. Clevinger, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Cortez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The White Sox on a 2-game winning streak, coming off back-to-back Washington wins. Yankees on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a 3-game Mets sweep. Having a lot of run. They've only allowed 1 run in 3 games here. So Yankees very hot coming into this. Yeah, really liking the Yankees here. Cortez, you know, it's had some rough starts on the mound. Hasn't been the most amazing, but great matchup against the White Sox. They're coming into this hot. I'll take the Yankees at home. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at minus 140. Seattle plus 120 with the over-under at 8. Seattle coming into this matchup 24-20. Baltimore 27-14. Pitching for Seattle is Bryce Miller with an ERA of 2.66. Pitching for Baltimore is Cole Irvin with an ERA of 2.90. Miller, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Seattle coming off a Royals win. Baltimore coming off a Toronto win. Seattle is just 1-4 against Baltimore, so they've had some struggles against Baltimore here. Irvin's been very solid for Baltimore. Only given up 2 runs in 3 starts. I'm like a Baltimore at home. I'd say a pretty even pitching matchup. They've been good head-to-head. I don't know. Both teams are playing well. I'm going to lean with the home team in this one, and I'm going to take Baltimore. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at -165. The Rays +130 with the over-under at 8.5. Rays coming into this matchup 23-22. Toronto 19-23. Pitching for the Rays is Tyler Alexander with an ERA of 5.45. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 5.06. Alexander, his last start, he pitched 7 innings. Gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Bassett, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Tampa Bay on a 2-game winning streak, back-to-back wins against Boston. Toronto coming off a Baltimore loss. Tampa Bay, they are 4-2 against Toronto, so they've been good head-to-head. Alexander coming off that 6-run game here. Bassett coming off the 2-run game, but both pitchers been giving up runs here, so I think the over is probably a good play. Don't love Bassett on the mound. He's gotten torched a lot this season. I'll take the Rays +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Minnesota Twins versus the Cleveland Guardians. Guardians opening up as home favorites at -130. The Twins +110 with the over-under at 8. Twins coming into this matchup 24-19. The Guardians 27-17. Pitching for the Twins is Simeon Woods Richardson with an ERA of 3.24. Pitching for the Guardians is Tristan McKenzie with an ERA of 3.54. Richardson, his last start, he pitched 4 innings. Gave up 5 runs, had 2 strikeouts. McKenzie, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Minnesota on a 3-game losing streak. Tough Yankees series. Cleveland coming off a Rangers loss. Minnesota, they are a great road team, 8-1 on the road, so they do have that in their favor. Pretty even pitching matchup. Richardson coming off probably his worst start of the season, giving up the 5 runs. I like the Twins to bounce back. A rough series, 3 games. They scored 1 run total. Just a rough stretch. I think they bounce back today. Get back to playing like we've seen them play. And, I'm going to take the Twins +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Miami Marlins. Mets opening up as road favorites at -120. The Marlins +110 with the over-under at 7.5. Mets coming into this matchup 20-23. The Marlins 13-32. Pitching for the Mets is Christian Scott with an ERA of 2.84. Pitching for the Marlins is Jesus Luzardo with an ERA of 5.97. Scott, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 3 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Luzardo, his last start, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. The Mets, coming off a Phillies win yesterday. Marlins on a little 2-game winning streak. Back-to-back shutout wins against Detroit. Pretty even pitching matchup, I'd say. Luzardo been pretty rough this season, but he's coming off 2 better starts on the mound. But yeah, I just don't trust the Marlins, even though they're on a little 2-game winning streak. Give me the Mets on the road. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -225. The Padres +180 with the over-under at 8. Padres coming into this matchup 22-24. The Braves 26-14. Pitching for the Padres is Matt Waldron with an ERA of 5.49. Pitching for the Braves is Max Fried with an ERA of 3.57. Waldron, his last start, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Fried, his last start, he pitched 7 innings. Gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Padres on a 3-game win or 3-game losing streak, coming off a bad Rockies series. They got swept by the Rockies. Braves coming off a tough Cubs game. Padres, though, they're 4-2 against the Braves. They've been good against the Braves, but man, did they just really look horrible against the Rockies. Waldron, he's been bad on the mound. He's been getting lit up all season. For 2 out of his last 3 starts, he's given up 0 runs, so he's been solid. I just don't trust the Padres, man. Coming off that, getting swept by the Rockies, just doesn't feel good to me. I'll take the Braves at home. Next matchup, we've got the Oakland Athletics versus the Kansas City Royals. Kansas City opening up as home favorites at -200. Oakland +150 with the over-under at 8.5. Oakland coming into this matchup 19-27. The Royals 26-19. Pitching for the Royals is Cole Reagans with an ERA of 4.22. Currently, I can't find who's being listed pitching for Oakland. I'm sure it'll be released when I'm done recording, so just go ahead and check who ends up actually pitching for Oakland today. Reagans, he's been okay this year, nothing crazy. Oakland, though, bad stretch they're on a 5-game losing streak. Getting swept by the Astros in 4 games. Run-wise, they've only put up 4 runs in 4 games, so yeah, they are on a bad no-hitting stretch. Royals coming off a little tough Seattle series, losing 2 of the 3. But Oakland 1-6 on the road. Struggled offensively here. I think this is a great spot for the Royals to get things rolling again with Oakland struggling. I'll take Kansas City at home. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at -180. Angels +150 with the over-under at 9. Angels coming into this matchup 16-28. Rangers 23-22. Pitching for the Angels is Tyler Anderson with an ERA of 2.92. Pitching for the Rangers is Andrew Heaney with an ERA of 4.39. Anderson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 3 runs. Had 4 strikeouts. Heaney, his last start, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 2 runs. Had 8 strikeouts. Angels coming off a St. Louis win. Rangers coming off a Cleveland win, ending their 5-game losing streak they were on. They're struggling right now. Angels, they are 2-4 against Texas, 3-7 on the road. An ugly matchup. Both teams playing poorly. Angels dealing with so many injuries. It's just hard to trust the Angels. Too many injuries in their rotation. Don't know what you're really going to get on a day-to-day basis here, and I don't love it, but I'd rather lean with the Rangers at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Houston Astros. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over-under at 8.5. Brewers coming into this matchup 26-17. The Astros 19-25. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 3.63. Pitching for the Astros is Hunter Brown with an ERA of 7.79. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 3 runs. Had 8 strikeouts. Brown, his last start, he pitched 4 innings. Gave up 2 runs. Had 5 strikeouts. The Brewers on a 2-game winning streak, coming off back-to-back Pittsburgh wins. Houston on a 5-game winning streak, coming off a nice 4-game Oakland sweep. Milwaukee is 4-2 against Houston, so they've been good against them. The over's hitting 6 of their last 7 on the road against Houston, so maybe the over could be a play. Looks like it's like Houston's biggest win streak of the season here, so they might be onto something. Brown, though, he's had some rough starts here. He gives up runs. Peralta hasn't been that great either. He's coming off back-to-back 3-run games here. In a pick'em scenario, not sure I trust the Astros here. Up against a better team, or up against a good team. We haven't really seen Houston play that well against good teams this season. I'll take the Brewers +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Red Sox opening up as road favorites at -120. The Cardinals plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Boston coming into this matchup 22-22. The Cardinals 18-25. Pitching for Boston is Brayan Bello with an ERA of 3.13. Pitching for the Cardinals is Kyle Gibson with an ERA of 3.67. Bello, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 1 strikeout. Gibson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Boston, coming off back-to-back Tampa Bay losses. St. Louis coming off an Angels loss. They're just 3-7 in their last 10. Cardinals have really been struggling. Pretty even pitching matchup here, but man, I just don't trust the Cardinals. They've been a mess. Give me the Red Sox on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Detroit Tigers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Detroit opening up as road favorites at -140. Arizona plus 120 with the over-under at 8. Detroit coming into this matchup 21-22. Arizona 21-23. Pitching for Detroit is Tariq Skubal with an ERA of 2.02. Pitching for Arizona is Ronnie Nelson with an ERA of 5.33. Skubal, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Nelson, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Detroit on a 2-game losing streak. Back-to-back games, they did not score against Miami. Arizona coming off 2 out of 3 wins against Cincinnati. Detroit just 1-6 on the road here. Yeah, they're on a bad little stretch where they've been struggling scoring. I mean, man, getting shut out twice against Miami, that is not a good look for Detroit here. Give me Arizona at home. Yeah, give me Arizona plus. Yeah, Arizona as the underdog at home. Seems like a steal today. I'll take the Diamondbacks plus 1.5 here. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -190. The Reds plus 150 with the over-under at 8.5. Reds coming into this matchup 19-25. The Dodgers 29-17. Pitching for the Reds is Frankie Montas with an ERA of 4.20. Pitching for the Dodgers is James Paxton with an ERA of 2.58. Montas, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Paxton, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Reds pulling off a late night win last night, 7-2 over the Dodgers. Crazy. They brought out the runs against the Dodgers last night, where they are just 3-6 on the road against the Dodgers. I really don't think they're going to win back-to-back here. Paxton coming off 2 very good starts on the mound. Usually Dodgers coming off a bad, they're on a 2-game losing streak, but coming off a bad loss. Most of the time this year, they've always responded. They lost 2-1 against the Padres, won 5-0 the next game, lost 4-0 to the Padres, beat the Giants 6-4. So they've responded well after some bad performances. And yeah, I'm going to take the Dodgers at home with the bounce back. Then the last matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at -150. The Rockies plus 125 with the over-under at 7.5. Rockies coming into this matchup 15-28. The Giants 20-25. Pitching for the Rockies is Ryan Feltner with an ERA of 5.20. Pitching for the Giants is Kyle Harrison with an ERA of 3.42. Feltner, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Harrison, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Rockies, I mean, don't look now, but the Rockies are on a 7-game winning streak, sweeping the Rangers, sweeping the Padres. They played a series against the Giants last time, losing 2 of the 3, but their last one against the Giants, winning 9-1, started their 7-game win streak. Yeah, they're playing very good against the Giants here. Crazy, and crazy thing is they've been underdogs every single game during this win streak here. So they have the, gosh, if I would have known that, I would have just bet my entire life on just the Colorado every 7 games, and you know, we'd all be cashed out for sure. Feltner hasn't been the best on the mound here, but I love a good streak here. Man, they've been such a moneymaker. Giants aren't really playing that great. Give me the Rockies plus 1.5. Sprinkle some money line on the road. See if they can keep this streak up today. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.